Just to give my credit, I'm back to a new Kingdom Hearts 2 stream. And if you missed the last one, definitely go and check it out. And yeah, we were chilling with some more Kingdom Hearts 2. And yeah, if y'all did not see the Summer Game Fest, yeah, it was pretty much kind of a disappointment. It was kind of not a really good Summer Game Fest, at least to me, I would say. Again, there are some people that would definitely say that definitely was one of the best, but honestly, to me, of course, there was really nothing new to, being revealed and whatnot. Yeah, really nothing new, which was to be expected, of course, which again, I did do a whole new video going through how I feel like these gaming events or these events in general, have really not been very, all that well, I would say. At least, of course, all my opinion, of course, right? Because, again, there is just certain games that I'm into and I play, like, Minecraft, Crash, Spyro, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, etc., right? Y'all know, right? So, yeah. That's the thing, though. That is the thing, though. But I am hoping, which, yeah, later, of course. Well, it just depends, really, when you are watching this, of course. But later on, it's going to be the new Xbox Showcase. Which, again, it just depends when you are watching this, of course. But, yet again, I'm not really too sure what to expect on the Xbox Showcase. Yeah, I'm not really too sure what to expect on the Xbox Showcase. We could literally get nothing from the Xbox Showcase, which I have a feeling. Yeah, I have a feeling that we may get nothing, as usual, regarding either Crash, Spyro. Well, really Crash and Spyro, because, Jak and Daxter and, Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper are not Microsoft, right? So, yeah, really, when it comes to the Xbox event, it would be either at least Crash or Spyro. Which, again, we really have not gotten any teases, of course. Any new types of teases or anything like that leading towards the events. So, that's another thing. That's another thing I can say. Like, yeah, another reason why I just do not really... I'm not too sure exactly. And I hate to say it, too, but, again, we just have really lack of information, I would say. Like, concrete, legit information that could lead to something, though. And like I said, Summer Game Fest, I really did not have a good feeling at all. Right, I had a feeling that, yeah, nothing was going to be shown at the Summer Game Fest because of that. The lack of stuff leading to the event. And, yeah, the same thing is for the whole Xbox Showcase, right? And I can guarantee, I mean, again, at the end of the day, I would really love to be wrong. You know how much I would love to be wrong, right? You know how much I would love to be wrong about this, and we actually do get something. Like, I would love, without a doubt, I would love to be wrong. But the chances of us actually being wrong about this is kind of high. At least that's all I can just say. It is kind of high, I will have to admit. Yeah, I will have to admit, the chances that we do get something are not very high, I would say. Yeah, I hate to say it, but it really is pretty low. And apparently, one of my good subscribers and one of my very good friends has also recently mentioned of how apparently there has been some form of leak. Well, again, take it with grain of salt, of course, but they mentioned of how the person who actually got that whole Rayman Legends, or, retelling, new Rayman type game that is coming out, remaster, new Rayman that's coming out, they actually got that right when it came to the PlayStation's State of Play. And they also mentioned something about Spyro when it comes to the Xbox Showcase. But like I said, again, we'll just have to wait and see, of course. We're just going to have to wait and see what exactly happens. And again, yeah, I just don't want people to get let down, of course, right? I just don't want people to get let down. I wouldn't say I was let down on the whole Summer Game Fest. I mean, yeah, I kind of was at the same time because of how not so good it was, at least to me. But at the same time, again, I knew that we weren't going to get... I knew we weren't expecting on getting anything new, like for Crash or Spyro or anything like that on the Summer Game Fest. Just the lack of info, right? It's just really the lack of info when it came to actually leading to the actual Summer Game Fest itself. That's really what made me, like, yeah, just made me feel like, yeah, there's not going to be anything. And I feel the same way when it comes to the Xbox Showcase. Again, that's just, obviously just me, though. Yeah, that's of course just me. Yeah, how's everybody, though? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Yeah, hopefully everybody is doing well. I'm doing quite well myself. Yeah, hopefully all of y'all are doing very good today. But again, at the end of the day, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. I mean, it would be absolutely amazing if Spyro or Crash actually did somehow show up at the Xbox Showcase. But again, we're just going to have to wait and see, because there's no guarantee. There has not really been any lack of new information, teases, or anything like that suggest that something is about to be announced, right? At least anything that is somewhat concrete, like a very big indicator, like the whole, packages that Activision normally would have send out to people. Yeah, would normally have send out to people, at least. But again, just me, though. Got Stitch. The Stitch Summon we have now gotten. And yeah, we are now 2 weeks. We are now 2 weeks till Toy Story 5 releases. Which is, again, absolutely crazy. How 2 weeks now we are until Toy Story 5 comes out in theaters. Absolutely crazy indeed. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And yeah, I have caught up on all the new SpongeBob's now. Which, yeah, there was recently a new SpongeBob episode that came out, and it was a pretty cool one, I would say. Having Karen just trying to hang out with her computer friends, her robot computer friends, and of course Plankton obviously having to be nitpicky and thinking that they're talking about him. But still, it was really cool to see Karen's friends. I thought that was really cool to see her friends, because really, we don't know a whole lot of who's friends with Karen. We don't really see that a whole lot of who's friends with Karen on SpongeBob. So, I mean, besides the gal pals, right? Besides the gal pals that sees with, like, Sandy, Mrs. Puff, Pearl, right? The whole gal pals gang group that they made. Besides them, we never really seen anybody else that she's friends with. So it was really nice to actually see some robot like computer friends of Karen. Even if Plankton was, being very nitpicky and just wanting he was just really wanting them to talk about him, of course, but they weren't talking about him at all. And again, Karen just locking him in his lab, though, in the chum bucket, because she really just wanted to hang out with her friends. But of course, Plankton had to be nitpicky and have to, had to see what they were talking about. I mean, that's Plankton for you. That is Plankton for you, though, I will say. I hate to say it, but that is Plankton for you. He always has to be nitpicky. Find out who they're talking about. Especially if they're talking about him. But again, they weren't even talking about him, which I found funny. And I just love that SpongeBob was there too. Yeah, SpongeBob was there. And brought them some snacks. Well, some computer type snacks, like some chips, like you would use for a computer, and some bolts. Spicy like bolts and stuff. That was pretty funny. Especially since he said he got it from the Krusty Krab. Which that is very crazy too. Of how he managed to get all that from the Krusty Krab. Like, who wouldn't even... But, at the same time, I could expect Mr. Krabs to do something like that. Because, he would do anything. He would do absolutely anything to make money, right? He would do anything that he possibly can to get the greens in his pockets and in his restaurant. So yeah, at the same time, I'm not really that surprised that he would do something like that for, Karen. Have SpongeBob do that for Karen and her computer friends. I just definitely not too surprised with that. And again, we are also 2 weeks until the Chaos Cube update releases on Minecraft. Well, this Tuesday. This Tuesday will be a week. Yeah, we are currently, as of today, we are 2 weeks until the update releases. But on Tuesday, on the 9th, we'll be a week away until the Chaos Cube update releases. Because it comes out on the 16th of June. And just like this Friday, on the 19th, what? Not this week, but it's the next week. Because again, it is 2 weeks until the Toy Story 5 comes out. So, this week it would be, on Friday, it would be the 12th. So yeah, on the 12th, it'll be a week away until Toy Story 5 comes out. I was trying to think without looking at the calendar on my phone. I was just trying to think. Just trying to look on my... without looking at the calendar on my phone. But, yeah, it's the 12th. The 12th, which is a Friday, that's when it will be officially awake until Toy Story 5 comes out. Just like how I said on the 9th, this Tuesday, it'll be awake till the Chaos Cube update on Minecraft releases, since it releases on the 16th, and Toy Story 5 releases on the 19th. So 2 big things, I can say, happening in the week. Like, when it comes to movies and games, I can definitely say. But yeah, absolutely crazy, I would definitely say. Absolutely crazy indeed. Yeah, absolutely crazy. And of course, I am very excited for the Chaos Cube. Both the Chaos Cube update and of course Toy Story 5. I am very excited for. And of course, this in summer, we will be being able to play test the new features coming in the next game drop. You know, with the whole new biome, the whole abandoned campsites, and the wool stairs and slabs. All of that we'll be able to test. The first few features that were announced on Minecraft Live we'll be able to test this summer, as they mentioned. Really, really good, I can just say. Really, really good. Yeah, this whole fight here is definitely not all that bad, I can definitely say. Of course, he's going to be just going all over the place. But still, like, just going so many. And I definitely love the whole, visit the Tron on this game. Right? Because this one is based, obviously, Tron and Kingdom Hearts 2 is obviously based on the first movie, and on Dream Drop Distance, it's based on the second movie. I would love if we actually get to see Tron return in Kingdom Hearts, and it being based on the third movie. I would really like that. But again, I really did like the third movie. It was really cool, I would say. The third Tron movie was really cool. And of course, it does end on slight of a cliffhanger, I guess you could say, which definitely leads room for, you know, a fourth movie. Of course, there's no confirmation that a fourth movie will be coming, but the ending to the third Tron movie does indicate that there is, you know, just showing that, yeah, a fourth Tron movie could actually be possible. Especially with a character from the first movie actually returning. And that's also in this game, too. Yeah, a character that's actually on this game, too. Since this is basically based on the first Tron movie. So it has the characters from the first movie. Which is kind of funny, though, because we actually did not see Tron at all in the third Tron movie. Even though it was called Tron, Tron was not in the third movie. I mean, technically Tron was in the second movie, but of course he was known as Rinzler, right? Because he got turned into Rinzler by Clue. So, yeah. Technically he did appear, but just in a different, you know, type of way. Known as Rinzler. Yeah, just known as Rinzler. Just known as Rinzler. Which I did like that. I do like that idea. I would definitely say. A really, really cool idea. For sure. I just hope that Tron was able to you know, get back to his normal self, though. After being Rinzler, being turned evil, I do hope that he was able to regain himself. Still have not put any ethers. Yeah, I still have not put any ethers in my to use in my shortcut, which I'm definitely going to be needing it, especially coming up. You know, because we're coming very close to that whole Demyx fight. We're coming up very close to the whole Demyx fight. You know, the whole much better of a Demyx fight, I can definitely say. Yeah, the whole much better of a Demyx fight. Indeed. Oh, once more. Yeah, I would definitely get that. I need to remove an ability, though. I need to remove an ability that I don't think I would need right now. I guess the summon boost I can remove. Because obviously, yeah, once more is very important. Once more is most certainly important. Once more is definitely way more important than the whole, yeah, than the whole summon boost. I mean, yeah, the summon boost is also really good, but also, you know, once more is extremely good. So yeah, I'll do this. Give me some Aethers. I'm probably gonna have to give Donald and Goofy some Aethers though, when it comes to close to actually fighting Demyx. Yeah, I just have a feeling I may have to give them some potions, at least. As long as they don't try to heal each other. Which, isn't there a way that we can actually make it so Donald and Goofy, or the party members, can actually just give potions to Sora? I'm pretty sure, because I know in Kingdom Hearts 3 there is a way. But I'm pretty sure on this one there is. There might be. I need to see at least. I need to look. Because if there is, then yeah, I definitely need to do that for sure. Definitely would need to do that all the way. Most definitely would need to do that all the way. These nobodies here, they can certainly be something though. Yeah, these nobodies can definitely be quite interesting indeed. Quite interesting nobodies that they can be. Yeah, and at this point, I definitely don't see Kingdom Hearts returning until next year, right? When it comes to seeing anything new. At this point, I just am looking for 2027. I mean, yeah, I know we still got quite a, you know, like 6 months of 2026, right? That we still have, but yeah, at this point, I'm just looking for, when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, definitely next year is when, at least I'm now looking at. Not so much this year. Yeah, not so much this year, really. Which again, I do hate to say that, but at this point, it just really feels like that might actually be the case, though. Yeah, at this point, it just really does look like that might actually be the case. So, I don't think it's here. Let me see, customize, here we go. Um, party members first, no. Target. I really don't know. It doesn't really show anything. Maybe that, I guess. Yeah, I guess that. I'm really not sure. Before we do go to Demyx, let me at least do a whole room kind of, checkpoint. A whole room kind of checkpoint. I will do at least before fighting Demyx. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Alright, Demyx. Which, yeah, I definitely prefer this fight over the one in Olympus, for sure. Or in the Underworld. Definitely. Not so much the whole, not really so much the whole, the whole, Data boss fight with Demyx. I really don't care much for. I definitely would say for sure. Yeah, let me just see how that is with the whole seeing if they will give me potions when I need it. I guess we'll just have to wait and see once we get to it. Okay, now he's gonna do this again. Demyx is very crazy, I can just say, for sure. Go ahead and heal. Again, we're just going to have to wait and see, I guess. If we get to a very low level, of course, when it comes to our health, then yeah. Yeah, just going to have to wait and see, I guess. Okay, well, they just did throw a potion, so I guess we did manage to do it. I guess that was the right call. Okay, we should be able to finish him off with Thunder. There we go. Yeah, managed to finish him off with Thunder. Which I don't hardly do that often. Being able to finish a boss with, with just using Thunder. I think that's always a really cool strat. And now we have the whole Final Fantasy characters helping. But yeah, this part is really cool, leading up to the 1000 Heartless. Which again, yet another amazing moment I just absolutely love. And again, how could you not love those moments, though? some of the greatest moments. Having all the Final Fantasy characters helping Sora, leading up to that whole big 1000 Heartless fight. Within itself, it's one of the greatest moments as well. Yeah, definitely up there on my absolute favorite moments for sure. Most definitely. Most definitely. Thank you, Leon. Yeah, at the Summer Game Fest, they did reveal something for Final Fantasy, though. But of course, I've never done Final Fantasy, so obviously, there wasn't nothing. Again, really nothing for me when it came to the whole Summer Game Fest. And yeah, I'm pretty sure if you die on this part, I know on challenge mode, or not challenge mode. This ain't Ratchet and Clank. On critical mode, if you actually die on this part, if you do the whole game on critical, right? If you do critical mode, you'll actually have to refight the whole or redo the whole Demyx fight if you die on this whole Heartless part. So yeah, definitely try not to die on this whole part. I mean, we're doing beginner mode here. Or beginner. Yeah, we are doing beginner. This is the game mode that we're doing. So I'm not too sure about beginner mode. If that is the case. It definitely could not. It definitely could be, but could not be. I'm not too sure. Yeah, not too sure. I'm not too sure. Alright, so we can give Goofy a lot of his abilities back, since he's now with us again. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. And I guess I'll do that too. Torn pages. Got another torn page of the 100 Acre Woods. Now we are ready to do the 1000 Heartless fight. But again, absolutely love this moment. And being able to... Wow, that was a fail, I can just say. I didn't even press master triangle button when doing it. Yeah, that was certainly a fail indeed. I mean, this is a very good spot though to be able to get you know, a lot of levels for your or leveling up limit form. Definitely a really good way to level up limit form if you need to level it up. Definitely a really good way. Which, of course, there's obviously a lot of other ways to level up limit form, of course. But this is definitely one of my favorite ways. I don't know why I don't have reflect in my shortcut. I feel like I would definitely should put reflect in my shortcuts. Really think I should. Really think I should put it in my shortcuts. Yeah, you using that Heartless though, when shooting that whole laser at the other Heartless is just absolutely amazing. I can just say. Yeah, see, this is what I meant to do here. Dang it! Nope, I did not mean to. Yeah, that was kind of a waste. I meant to do this. And again, it counts for... Really? I did that instead of... Wow. Yeah, I had to do that instead of... Doing the whole Sonic wave again. Which I meant to do, but I just got out of... I managed to press get to get out of limit form. Of course I would have done that. Yeah. Of course I would have done that. Pretty typical that I would have done something like that. Got the 600 of the 10,000. Or, not 10,000, 1,000. I don't know why I said 10,000. That would be absolutely insane, though. 10,000 Heartless, yeah, that would be very, very insane. If doing 10,000 Heartless. I don't know about that. I don't even think it would be able to handle, right? If the game would be able to handle 10,000. I'm quite surprised that 1,000 it's able to handle, but 10,000 most definitely would not be able to handle. That's all I'm just saying. Yeah, 1,000 definitely a very big surprise it's able to handle. And of course, once we have done this, we will have unlocked the second visits of the Disney Worlds, which we have actually not done the Pride Lands yet when it comes to the first visit and Halloween Town, right? We haven't done the first visits for those levels yet. So yeah, of course, to be able to do the first, or to be able to do the second visits for those, we'll have to do the first visits first in order to unlock the second visits. Yeah, we'll have to do the first visits first in order to unlock the second visits. Which I really do like that, though. Another thing I love about Kingdom Hearts 2 is because, yeah, you're able to do 2 visits when it comes to the main story, right? When it comes to the story of Kingdom Hearts 2, you get to go to do 2 visits for the story and the Disney Worlds. I feel like they should definitely consider returning to that, to be honest, because I really do like that concept. Because, you know, the other games, of course, don't have that, where you only go, when it comes to doing the story of the Disney World that you do, it's only that one visit, and that's it. But on Kingdom Hearts 2, either it's 2 to 3 visits, or somewhat so forth, right? It's just really cool, I would just say, when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 2 of how they do that. So, I would like to see them actually doing returning to that kind of thing in the later games. I would definitely like that. I think it would be really cool. I think it would be really, really cool to return back to that kind of concept. So yeah, we'll do the first visit of, or the second visit of, Mulan. Be doing the whole or the second visit. Go ahead and do. Defeat the mysterious man. Obviously, it's Riku. Just because of the whole Keyblade. Yeah, just because of the whole Keyblade, it's obviously Riku. Yeah. Just from the whole Keyblade, it's the way to Dawn Keyblade that he is holding. I probably should have refilled on Aethers, to be honest. Which I don't even think I have any more Aethers. Yeah, to be honest, I don't even think I have any more Aethers. So yeah. That might actually be something, though. Just not having... Okay, got Dodge Roll. Well, the first level of Dodge Roll I managed to get. I don't know if I will be able to actually put it on, though. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually put on Dodge Roll. Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to remove something. Again. I'm going to have to remove something again. I guess Item Boost I can take off. Just so I can have Dodge Roll. Yeah, just so I can have Dodge Roll with us. Just so we can be able to do Dodge Roll. And of course, in this visit of the Land of Dragons, Mulan, we'll be able to get yet another torn page for the 100 Acre Woods, but also be able to get another upgrade to our Thunder Magic. To Thundaga. Or, not Thundaga, but Thunra? I guess. I'm not... Some of these magics, I'm not too sure how you would actually pronounce them when it comes to their second form to their final actual form. It can be kind of interesting to actually figure out what the actual name is. I mean, a lot of the second visits are definitely not that long. Yeah, most of the second visits are definitely not long at all. I can definitely say for sure. I mean, we're already getting close to the end of the second visit for this level. And maybe because it's same sort, because obviously we're skipping the cutscenes, right? Since we're not doing any audio. Maybe that's another thing too. Since there's no audio, we're not doing... It's making it seem pretty short. These visits seem pretty short. You know, it may make them seem pretty short. Level 30 though. That's definitely pretty good, I would say. And of course, like I mentioned, I don't really care much for the whole second visit to the whole Pirates of the Caribbean on here, just because of the whole boss fight, which is one of my least favorites boss fights in the game, which is the whole Grim Reaper fight, Grim Reaper Heartless fight, especially the second fight, the actual last fight of the second visit of the Caribbean world. I would definitely say the whole first fight with the whole Grim Reaper Heartless isn't all that bad, I would definitely say. Yeah, it's definitely not all that bad. It's really all the whole last fight with the whole Grim Reaper Heartless is really what makes it annoying. I can just say. what makes it pretty annoying. Besides that, besides that, it's not all that bad, I would say. And yet again, I didn't even think to equip any ethers. Which, again, it really depends if I even have ethers. I may just have to equip some potions in my shortcuts. Because, again, I may not even have any more ethers I can even put in. I may have used all my ethers. Yeah, I may have used all my ethers. I might have used all my ethers. I'm not sure. I'm not even too sure exactly if we're able to gain any more experience right now for the whole limit form. Because, there are certain limits, no pun intended, with the whole limit form. No pun intended there. But, yeah, there are times where you will not be able to gain any more experience until later on in the game, where you'll be able to gain more experience. It just depends, really. So, let me just say, I highly doubt we have... Yeah, we only have one Aether. I mean, I guess I can just go and put some more potions, or put the rest of the slots with potions, high potions for now, at least I'll do. The whole throne room is just filled with chests, though. You gotta appreciate, it's just filled with chests. So many chests. There's another page for the 100 Acre Woods. There's another AP boost. Queen Recipe, which is basically Donald's somewhat ultimate weapon. Yeah, save the Queen. There's that for Goofy, a shield for Goofy, and another AP boost, which I'll definitely put on for sure. And I'll put on that shield for Goofy. Which, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of accessories or armor for Goofy. Which I kind of feel bad for him. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for him. So yeah, now it's time for the boss of the last visit of Mulan. And that's, of course, this Dragon Heartless. And it's a quite interesting fight, I can definitely say. It's definitely a very interesting fight. Definitely a very interesting fight. Very, very interesting. But yeah, most of these second visits are, again, most of the time, really Heartlesses, right, that you fight. Are mainly Heartlesses that you fight. And getting to get onto the top to be able to ride on the dragon. And I'm not too sure what these are, these things here. Wait, did I just summoned Chicken Little. That was not intended. I did not intend to summon Chicken Little. I'm sorry, Chicken Little. I was not intending to summon you. Yeah, I was not intending to summon Chicken Little, but hey. I managed to... Well, I did get a level up, at least, for Chicken Little. I did get a level up for the whole summons. So, at least that's something. But again, wasn't really anything I was really trying to do. Yeah, really just... something I wasn't really trying to do there. Which is quite funny, I guess I could say. Kind of funny. Again, sorry, Chicken Little, but yeah, I was not intending on actually summoning you. was not actually attending to actually summoning him. I'm not sure what I was trying to do when I accidentally summoned Chicken Little. I'm kind of unsure exactly what I was trying to do. Yeah, I'm not really too sure. I'm surprised those are actually able to reach the actual boss, though. I would think it was not able to reach it, but no, it's actually able to reach it. Pretty surprisingly. Yeah, pretty surprisingly. It's actually able to reach the actual boss. Quite surprisingly, it's able to reach it. Yeah, this boss definitely is not one of the absolute worst, of course, I can definitely say. Definitely not. Not one of my favorites, of course, but definitely not one of the worst. Yeah, definitely not one of the worst, but definitely not one of my favorites. It's a quite interesting one, I would say. Especially, I just love the design of these different Heartlesses, though. Heartless bosses that you do. They really do nail it, for sure. Really do nail it. Really, really nail it. Wow, yeah, that didn't even get it at all. That did not even get the Heartless at all. Was to be expected, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's to be expected that it didn't actually get... Right, it didn't actually get it. Okay, well, we gotta be very careful here. There's no way right now that we're able to get any more health, because we got... Well, besides potions, but I kind of don't want to waste the potions. But I guess if I'm gonna need to, I will have to put it, since, you know, the MP is still leveling up. The MP is still... are restoring, so yeah, really would have no choice. Really would have no other choice. I mean, yeah, just the way we're able to actually fight this boss, though, in the whole courtyard here is really cool. I would definitely say, really, really cool. Being able to use Musou here. Alright, we should be able to get it. I don't know about this this area right here. Gonna have to say. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. Yeah, not quite. Come here, you. There you go. And that is all of the visits of Mulan completed. All of the visits of Mulan have now been completed. Really good, I would definitely say. Now, yeah, that is level 36. And what level are we? Hang on, what level are we? Level 30. Yeah, we are kind of under-leveled. I will say, we are kind of under-leveled. Yeah, it's saying that the whole battle level is to bait is level 36. I mean, we're technically under leveled for Hollow Bastion, but we managed to do it. And this is level 37. I feel like sometimes the whole battle levels really doesn't matter a whole lot. Yeah, I just feel like most of the time the battle levels really do not so much matter. You know what I mean? I just feel like I did it again. Yeah, I did it again. I don't know why I keep doing that. Actually, I didn't even press triangle again when I was trying to do that whole thing before. You know, kind of like how I did on the 1000 Heartless fight. And yeah, I also kind of do not like the whole second visit, really, when it comes to Based Castle because of the whole Zeldin fight. And yeah, Zeldin is definitely quite something of a boss. He is definitely something for sure. He can definitely be pretty annoying. Most definitely. He can definitely be a pretty annoying boss. That is for sure. Let's see. I know if we go back in here, we can actually go and you know, we can also go into here and buy some more post or ethers. I guess I can sell that from Goofy. The tents I really don't need. Yeah, the tents I really don't need. So yeah, I can now go and actually put ethers in my shortcuts now to be able to use in my shortcuts. I actually went into the actual right room this time around, which is actually quite a surprise, I would definitely say. That I actually be able to go into the actual right room. Quite a surprise, I would say. And also, might as well put reflect on triangle. Again, I meant to do that quite a while ago, but I didn't do it until now. I meant to do it quite a while, but just didn't do it until now. Alright, Based. Thank you for the whole Keyblade. Let's see. The Hero Crest Keyblade is 23% of strength and 20% of magic. And this is 24. And see, I might want to change to this. Because again, the extra strength definitely matters a lot. The strength definitely matters. Most definitely matters. Little 32 for Based. Yeah, I would definitely like to try to get as many of these Heartlesses that I can, though, while going to, especially considering that we are very close, approaching the whole fight with Zeldin. Yeah. Just the fact that we are slowly approaching the whole fight with Zeldin, I might as well try my best to, you know, get some XP. Get some experience. Just considering that we are edging very close to the whole fight with him. I just think it would definitely be very good. Yeah, this Tuesday, or I'm not too sure about tomorrow. If there may be another stream tomorrow, I am thinking, since considering that Tuesday there won't be a stream because, yeah, I got a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. So, yeah, I'm not going to be doing one Tuesday. So, I'm thinking if I'm going to do one tomorrow, just to make up for one not being on, you know, Tuesday. Or I may do one on Wednesday, you know, before the whole, you know, this week's Pizza Thursday. Which will be, if y'all do not know, we will be beginning Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. In case y'all did not know, we will be beginning Rift Apart on the Pizza Thursday series on this week's edition, or upcoming edition, I will say. So yeah. But again, and of course, if y'all did not tune in to last week's edition, of course, then yeah, I can go ahead and tell y'all that. Those guys are brutal. Yeah, these Heartless can be very brutal. Very, very brutal, I can just say. I mean, yeah, I can look at the stats. Okay, there we go. Well, we got draw, which basically is to draw nearby, you know, orbs and different stuff. Yeah, that's basically what draw means on here. The draw ability is to draw different stuff, like the health, I'm guessing, and just some other stuff towards Sora or any of the other players that has the actual ability enabled. Yeah, it really just depends who has the ability enabled. Oh, of course we would have Anti-Sora. Yeah, of course we would have Anti-Sora, which, yeah, can happen pretty randomly, I would say. Not one of my absolute favorite kind of forms, I will say. Kind of not one of my absolute favorite forms. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but yeah, definitely not one of my personal favorites. Especially how random it can be. I can never work out exactly when it comes to when Anti-Sora will appear. But yeah, it is a pretty cool concept, Anti-Sora. But again, I just can never really make out when it's actually going to show up. Yeah, I could just never pinpoint of when it's going to show. And yeah, they are brutalizing me. These nobodies are really brutalizing me for sure. they know how to do it. And these nobodies are pretty much Zeldin, of course, right? Zeldin's nobodies. Minions, I would say, just because of how they're doing some of the abilities that he does. And again, the Zeldin fight, one good thing about the Zeldin fight is that Mickey actually has a chance on actually popping up. Yeah. Mickey actually has a chance of popping up for you to actually play as Mickey. So that is really one of the good things, is that, yeah, you'll be able to get him to come and actually being able to play as him and do some of the boss until brings back Sora. But yeah, let's go. It's time for Zeldin. I cannot believe it. I don't know if this was a good idea to use base first, but oh well. Yeah, who knows? And again, you can't. Of course, you can't straight away hit him like that though, because he's got that whole wind shield. He's got some kind of barrier, whatever it is that's surrounding him. You just cannot get him with. Again, this boss can just be so confusing at times, though. Exactly when you're going to be able to hit him, really. That's really just most definitely the confusing thing. And of course, definitely make sure to gather up a lot of these jumps here. Definitely make sure you gather a lot of them. It is very, very helpful to gather as much of these jumps that you can. Well, Donald's dead. I mean, I would love to try to do this whole fight without the use of Mickey, right? Which that has happened before, I will say. Or that has happened plenty times before, but yeah, I would like to try to do this whole fight without having to rely on Mickey while we're about to die here. If I don't heal myself. That came so close to dying there. Yeah, we came literally so close to dying there. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, absolutely crazy indeed. Heal. And of course, yeah, whenever he's doing that, I'm not able to hit him with the whole jump, though. I had to go into something. I'm sorry, I just had to go into something because, yeah, my MP was not charged or restored. My MP was not restored, so I really had no other choice. I don't really think... Yeah, it doesn't really seem like, that's actually helping in some type of way. Go based. Well, that's kind of pointless now because when Zoldan is doing that move, he's pretty much invincible. Yeah, he's pretty much straight up invincible when he does that move. So, yeah, that was kind of a waste. Sorry, based. Sorry, based, but that was kind of a waste, I would say. Well, based is dead anyway, so... Stop moving, Zoldan. Like, yeah. Zoldan just does not know when to stop moving. Jesus. I think one of the biggest reasons why I'm not actually dying is actually because of Once More. The use of Once More. Which, yeah, it is very helpful. Once More is such a very helpful, useful ability, I can just say. Yeah, it is such a very useful ability. So, and of course, Leaf Bracer as well. Sometimes I can go through that whole part very fine, but most of the times, no. Okay, eventually we're going to be able to hit him again. Can he just stop doing his DM for me? For real. This is getting crazy. This is just getting crazy. Like, can he just stop doing his desperation move? This whole part here. Can he just stop doing that just for 1 second while I just try to get him? And look at that. Limit actually manages to finish him off. And that is all of Base Castle complete. Zoldan is defeated. Very good. Very good indeed, I would say. Time to head to Olympus for the second visit of Olympus. And again, I absolutely love this visit because we're able to actually fight Hades. Yeah, being able to actually fight Hades. Like, how could you not love that, though? Being able to actually fight Hades. Definitely love this visit of Olympus. And of course, this is also the visit at the end where Donald, Goofy, and Sora become true heroes. Not junior heroes, but true heroes. Yeah, which is absolutely amazing, I can just say. Yeah, using the reflect as much as I can. Since we just got an upgrade for it as well for when we defeated Zoldan. When we defeated Zoldan, we managed to you know, get an upgrade for reflect. Now we gotta go and get Auron's heart back, basically. Yeah, basically get his heart back. That is on that statue. That Auron statue that Hades has. Pretty much have to go and get his heart back. And yeah, we can just use the skateboard. I love this part, being able to just use the skateboard. Imagine being able to just skateboard anywhere, though. How cool that would be. Being able to just skateboard everywhere. I mean, I'm not... I'm not too sure if I would be able to actually skateboard, though. Wait, so Donald's already got that, right? Yeah, he's already got that. I was about to buy it for him again. Which... Okay, well, that's not really good for Goofy, so I guess I could just buy that sealed that I just bought. Yeah, we could just sell that sealed that we just bought for Goofy, since that's not really a really good when it comes to the stats of how good it is. It's not really the best. Yeah, not really so much the best, I would say. Come here, you nobodies. See how you like that. Yeah, let's see how they like that. Level 33. And yeah, I managed to defeat Zolden, even though we were pretty under-leveled. Yeah, we managed to defeat Zolden. Very good, I would definitely say. Very, very good. Yeah, very, very good indeed. Very, 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 very good. Got the statue back. I got the statue. And now it is time that we go and fight Hades. Yeah, I'll be able to do the whole fight with Hades. Let's see. Let's go, Hades. Of course, we can't defeat him without, the help of Hercules. But now we are able to fight him, now that we have Hercules with us. We're able to actually fight him this time. Yeah, being able to actually be able to fight Hades this time. Saying time we can actually fight Hercules this time. Be able to fight Hades this time. Since we can actually now damage him. Yeah, I'll be able to damage him now. Yeah, right when he started going into that form on doing the whole fire, though, turning all red, I managed to get him back to his normal self. You're lucky there, Hades. Yeah, you're very lucky there, Hades. You know that? Very, very lucky there. Yeah, using limit again. Just like how we did with, with Zolden. I can just smell that food that my mom is cooking in the crock pot. Having tonight. I can smell it from here. It's in the kitchen. That's cooking. Cooking in the kitchen. But I can smell it from in here. I think some roast. I think she said it was. Smelling good though. Like when cooking in the crock pot, I can most certainly smell it from all the way in here. But there we go. Hades is defeated, and we have gotten the Guardian Soul Keyblade, and the last visit of, like, when it comes to the overall story of Olympus is completed. Now it's Port Royal. Yeah, now heading to Port Royal. Which, let me see, though. Let me see when it comes to the Keyblade. Yeah, 24, 22, and 24, 23. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll switch Keyblades here. We'll switch Keyblades here. Why not? Why not? Why not? Yeah, I gotta defeat the cursed pirates. Yet again. And like I said, once we actually get to where I can be able to do Atlantica, I of course will be doing it off screen. Since, you know, it's just a minigame. It's just a minigame world. And of course, it's basically a musical minigame world, but there would be no point of it, of showing it, because obviously we're not using any audio. So yeah, a music white type world, obviously no point when it comes to, you know, no audio. So yeah, that's that. And once again, we can just ignore the pirates. Go into the Black Pearl, and yeah, just ignore the pirates. Do that whole trick that we did before. And now we have the first fight with the Grim Reaper Heartless. And again, this is definitely a way better one compared to the actual proper fight that we have to do with this Heartless at the end of the visit. Especially when it comes to having to, you know, keep the medallions in the chest. So we can actually be able to properly hit the Heartless. Which, yeah, definitely can be quite annoying for sure. Do I not have any abilities for Jack? I don't think I have any abilities for Jack enabled. I'm not too sure if I do or not. Yeah, I'm not too sure if I do. Gonna have to see. And that was the first one with that Heartless that we have to do in this level in the Caribbean world. And now we need to go and get the medallions, which I can also go and get the last summon, which is Peter Pan. We can now go and get. There's the recipe for Save the King for Goofy. Of course, there's, well, on the other ones at least, there's a time limit when it comes to having to get the medallions before the nobodies disappear. That's one medallion, though. Come back for these chests. We just need to get the nobody and with the medallion before he disappears. There you go. That's another medallion collected. I don't think there's any other ones here. Yes, there was. Okay. Always cannot remember if there was another one in here. But yep. One over here. I don't think the pirates are able to pick up the medallions this time around, unlike the first visit. Yeah, now we can go and grab the chest. Another staff for Donald. Which I can put on for Donald. And once again, we can just ignore the ambush of the Heartless and pirates. So glad I figured out that you're able to actually do this, though. It can be so helpful. Not going to be able to get it over here just because of the little seconds that it has, unless you're able to do something really cool. But just if you can't get it there, just go to the whole room where we actually fought Barbossa. Yeah, just go to that whole treasure room that we fought Barbossa in the first visit, and that's where the nobody will be, where the last medallion is. You know, just go into the room where you fought Barbossa in the first visit, and you'll find the last nobody with the medallion. There you go. All medallions collected. And now we gotta go to Port Royal to fight that Grim Reaper Heartless yet again. And yeah, this is the part of the fight that, yeah, I definitely do not like. And you know what I should have done? I really should have thought on actually, you know, when it comes to abilities for Jack, to look for the abilities for Jack. I really should have actually thought to look. I or to actually equip some abilities for Jack, but I actually didn't. Yeah, I actually didn't think to do that. Which, of course, I would be the one to do something like that. Right? Of course, I would have been the one to do something like that. Like, of course. Yeah, he's gonna take 200 and I know it was 200 and something. And he still has 130 medallions on him. Yeah, what you're needing to do is, yeah, to use magic on it. Use magic on the Heartless in order to be able to, you know, get the medallions. To get the medallions from it. And again, all the medallions must be inside the chest, of course, in order to actually make the boss being able to actually defeat, or to damage him. So yeah, all the medallions must be inside the chest in order to actually hurt the Heartless. Then the Heartless takes all 882 medallions. Yeah, takes all 882 medallions. And of course, we're having to wait until our MP restores, which, yeah, I'm going to have to just throw another ether. I'm going to have to throw another ether. Put those in the chest. Yeah, again, y'all could definitely see on the whole reasoning of how, yeah, this fight is definitely, can be pretty annoying. Y'all can definitely see what I'm going with on that. Definitely why I do prefer the first visit of the Caribbean when doing Kingdom Hearts 2 of the Caribbean. Can most definitely tell. Of course, he's gonna take the medallions again. And just trying to get to him can be pretty annoying, though. Especially with the things floating around that can easily hit you. That can be very annoying. Yeah, just him just keep hitting us like that. But eventually you will be able to get him. Yeah, it will take you quite a bit, but eventually you will be able to get to a point where you are able to actually get him. Gonna have to wait. Let's see. Yeah, we should be able to just do this. use master form. Okay, just 55. 55 medallions we need to grab from the actual Heartless. Okay, as long as it doesn't try to get back the medallions, this should be the attempt. This should be the one where we actually be able to defeat it. There we go. Like I said, eventually you will get it. But that's Port Royal completed. Port Royal now completed. Since we do have Agrabah already unlocked, right, and already have the second or the first visit completed, might as well go ahead and do the second visit, right? Might as well go ahead and do the first visit. I don't know why I went the wrong way. Went the complete wrong way there. Palace walls. And again, I really do like the whole second visit here, especially being able to fight Jafar, right? Genie Jafar. I really do like. Being able to fight Jafar here on this visit. Really, really cool, I would say. And of course, we'll be able to get yet another page for the 100 Acre Woods here, too. Yeah, I'll be able to get another page for the 100 Acre Woods. And of course, Iago, you know, still going by the whole story when it comes to the second Aladdin movie. You know, him just tricking Aladdin and them about where Jafar is, since he is still technically helping. Well, now that I think about it, I don't think that was part of the second movie. Yeah, I don't think that was part of the second Aladdin movie where Iago was doing that. I know that he was wanting to, you know, turn his ways of bad, right? To help Aladdin and them. Yeah, Jafar really knows how to do a fight, though, for sure. He is certainly able to do a fight for real. Certainly able. Again, just trying to reflect as much as we can here. Sometimes I can just completely over mess using the whole reflect though. Sometimes it would be like that though. Sometimes it would really especially be like that. Which we already know where all the locations are of where the switches are that we need to do. And of course, use the magic. Red, obviously using fire, yellow using thunder, and blue using blizzard on the switches. So yeah, here we gotta use blizzard. Yeah. Which I'm surprised that still actually managed to count, considering that there are Heartless close to us. I'm surprised it was actually able to still count, though. Yeah, I'm very surprised there, because normally it would not even hit the switches. Normally it would hit the Heartless instead, so... And of course, all you would need to do now is just make it to the door before it shuts, which it gives you plenty of time. Yeah, it gives you plenty of time to get to the door before it closes. Torn page. I'm definitely gonna have to restock on Aethers before we fight Jafar though, because we only got one Aether left. So before we do Jafar, I am gonna have to restock on Aethers, since I just got one Aether in my shortcuts that I can use. Level 34. Yeah, this whole part, too, is really cool. Just fighting all these Heartless while you're escaping these whole ruins. Really, really cool, I can just say. Yeah, really, really cool. Yeah, pretty simple there. So yeah, like I said, we stuck on Aethers. Restock on Aethers. And we are ready to now go and fight Jafar. Let's go, Jafar. Yeah, hitting his stomach. Just so we can be able to swing grab his tail to swing him around. Which also what I like to do first is get a little bit of extra hits first on him, and then roll up with his tail, his genie tail, and then being able to get a lot more hits on him. That's what I like to do. Yeah, that's what I like doing there. Once again, get him in the face a few times. And then roll him up with his tail. Again, I just feel like that's definitely just very good to do, though. Just mainly focus on getting his stomach, though. That's what you need to do, just focusing on getting his stomach. And then once again, do his tail. Now we're about to go into his DM. His desperation move. Yep, here we go. I was waiting for it. I know we were close to it. I know we were close to doing his desperation move. Yeah, I know we were close to it. Yeah, he's definitely not all that terrible, though. Definitely not all that terrible of a fight. And roll up his tail. And I normally do it 3 times. Finish or do some combos 3 times on his head. And then spin him around. And then doing it again. There we go. And that's Agrabah completed. Agrabah is now completed. Now we can go into the gummy sip part to open or unlock Halloween Town. Because again, we got to do the first visit first. We got to do the first visit of Halloween Town first before we can get to the second one. So yeah, we got to do the first visit that has the fight with where we get to fight Oogie Boogie. Which the second visit is a quite interesting one too, especially with the whole fight with the experiment, I can just say. Yeah, the whole fight with the experiment is really cool, I would say. On the second visit, the last visit. And of course, you obtain one of my absolute favorite Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts 2, which is that whole pumpkin Keyblade. I'm not sure how you pronounce the first part of it, but yeah, it's a really cool Keyblade that I absolutely love using. Of course, I have the whole fights with Lock, Shock, and Barrel, too. Which you fight them technically in both visits, right? You do fight them in both visits. Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Yeah, fighting them in both visits. But of the two Halloween Town visits, though, I definitely would say I love the first visit a lot more, just because of the whole fight with Oogie Boogie. I really like. Yeah, just the whole first visit with Oogie Boogie, I really do like. That's the Gummy Ship part done. Like it's called Broken Highway. Really cool, I can just say. Of course, we're going to have Jack in our party. Fight these Heartless. Which, yeah, I don't think we can get any more experience right now with the whole, for the limit form. I think we've maxed out limit form for now until later on. So I won't try to use limit form. I know we're not going to be able to use it for Oogie Boogie, though. And, of course, the whole fight with Lock, Shock, and Barrel. I know that we're going to not be using it for. Yeah, definitely not going to be doing it for those. Go and grab this chest too. Level 35. There you go. Now we can go to Christmas Town. I'll grab these chests here too while we're going by. Grab the chest here before entering Christmas Town. And even grab the one over here. which I'm pretty sure if I remember on the PS2 version of Kingdom Hearts 2, which yeah, I have played. We actually don't have, or Sora, Donald, and Goofy actually don't wear any Christmas like clothes, right? Like they do on here. Which yeah, like they just stay in their Halloween Town outfits, which is really interesting. I would just say, yeah, really interesting for sure that they just stay in the Halloween Town clothes on the original version of Kingdom Hearts 2. Unlike on the Final Mix one that we're doing here, where they actually have Christmas outfits. But yeah, there is quite a lot of differences, I can say, from the Final Mix version of Kingdom Hearts 2 to the original PS2 version of Kingdom Hearts 2. I can definitely say a lot of differences, which I find really cool. Really cool differences. Back to Halloween Town. Didn't go and fight Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Let's go Lock, Shock, and Barrel in that Heartless they have. I'm not sure what you would even call this Heartless. Yeah, I'm not even so sure what you would even call this Heartless. Trying to hit those fireballs back at Lock, Shock, and Barrel. They keep missing. At least I'm pretty sure you're able... Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, at least I'm pretty sure you're able to hit them, because I do recall hitting them with their own fireballs. I do recall doing so. Yeah, using Master Form on them. Get some extra hits in. Oh yeah, I didn't change it to where Jack would be able to just give May potions. And I don't think Jack Sparrow either. I don't think I did. You know, I'm not... Or Orin. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Okay, thank you, whoever. It was either Jack or Donald that healed me. Thank you, though. Thank you for healing me. Definitely needed that. Definitely needed that for sure. So I definitely appreciate that. There we go. Now to head back to Halloween Town, or Christmas Town, to go and fight Oogie Boogie. Here we come, Oogie Boogie. They come and fight you. Let's go, Oogie Boogie. Which, yeah, I definitely really do like this fight with Oogie Boogie. Kind of preferred this fight with Oogie Boogie compared to the one on Kingdom Hearts 1. I will say. I mean, I do like the whole idea on the Oogie Boogie fight on the first game, but definitely would say definitely like this one a bit more than on the first game when it comes to fighting Oogie Boogie. Most definitely. Dodge that glove. Surprised he hasn't turned to another area yet. Like that. I was just saying, I'm surprised he didn't go to another conveyor section. I was very, very surprised. Jack and Donald. Watch, he's gonna move to the other side when... I was just gonna say, he's gonna move to the other side when... But he actually didn't. Ow. Ow. Yeah, these electric things are quite something for sure. Donald and Jack are doing a good job taking damage with those in the very back, though. Definitely are doing a very good job. Ow. Okay, now he's gonna go to the other one. Well, I just over missed that. I thought he was gonna go to this one over here. I was one off then. Yeah, I was just one off. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, this... No, 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 I don't want to get the Heartless. I want to get Oogie Boogie. There we go. First visit of Halloween Town completed. And yeah, this will conclude this stream. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure your notifications turn on so you see anything new. like to know y'all think. Catch you next one.